All right, y'all. I need y'all to bear with me. It's a lot of interesting projects that dropped on Friday, but I ain't gonna hold y'all. It might be a little bit too much, but we about to check it out right now. All right, so the first runner up, we got your boy Metro Boomin. Now, I already done heard a couple of snippets, so I already done downloaded the album, so it's just sitting in my library waiting for me to listen. But let me throw this out there real quick before I continue on about this album. I can't stand when the artists they drop an album and they give it a summer theme, even though they dropped it in August. Bruh, kids is literally about to go back to school next week. Some about to go back to school this coming up Monday. Summertime is over with. Why is you doing that? Okay, 'cause that's really like a pet peeve of mine. You should have did it in May, June. I even let you slide in July. August, that's too late for you to be sitting there talking about some summertime, this summertime, that. That's really a pet peeve of mine. I know some of y'all probably don't even care, but yeah, that just really get on my nerves. Like Benny the Butcher, I love you too, Benny the Butcher, but he did that mess too. He dropped Summertime Butcher in August. I'm like, why'd you calling it that? And he almost did it again, but this time he did it in the middle of July. He dropped Summertime Butch too. Great project also. But other than that though, on back to this album right over here. Metro Boomin presents a futuristic summer. So first of all, man, this looked like some old school mid-90s Freaknik Atlanta stuff right over here. So I like the cover right over here anyway. And like I said, I heard a couple of snippets and they sound pretty good to me. One of them actually had that futuristic sound or like that Zaytoven sound. Man, listen, bro. I remember going from Florida to Atlanta the summer of '09. So coming from Florida, listening to what I be listening to, and then listening to the ATL music in Atlanta summer of '09. By the time I came back home, I was listening to nothing but J Money, J Futuristic, whatever you want to call him, Young LA. I used to play that mixtape. I wore that mixtape out. Travis Porter, Rich Kids, all that underground Atlanta stuff. I was on Schoolie. What's the other one? Shot to God. I was on all of them back in '09. Okay, it took the whole school year for me to get that stuff out my system. Matter of fact, it took the whole school year and a little bit after the school year to get all that stuff out my system. That's how player that music is. Next album, your boy Yeat, A Dangerous Summer. So if you're into your boy Yeat, there you go, right over here. Suicide Boys, Dot Kingdom Come. I'm not really familiar with them. It says they from New Orleans. So, I'm about to give that a try also. All right, next album. Lil Papa, Almost Normal Again. I got to check this one out too. I'm actually happy for this guy right over here because, first of all, I'm a type of man, I travel a lot and I'm in all type of places. And it shocked me how so many people actually listen to him outside the city because we from the same city. So I'm so proud of this guy right over here. So you keep doing your thing. I'm definitely gonna give this a listen also. I have no choice but to. Montana 700, the greatest of all traps. I ain't gonna lie, I love me some trap music, so I gotta give this a listen. I could have sworn he just dropped the album though. I might be tripping. I might not be tripping because everybody just be dropping crazy. Like I said, you see, this is too much to keep up with anyway. All right, Wolfface Joey, Summer Songs. They did it again. I feel like just because I said something, it's gonna be about 10 more people that's gonna do that next year. Don't do that in August. That makes me mad. But this look like some New York stuff right over here. But I don't discriminate, so I'm gonna give it a listen. All right, next album, Homicide Gang, Homicide Lifestyle 2. Now, I'm not too familiar with these guys right over here. I might have heard of them too, because like I said, it's too many people to keep up with nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And they signed the Opium slash Interscope. Who else is on it? Isn't it that boy the Short Lonely on Opium also? Or was it Ken Carson? One of them. All them ATL rappers. It's so many nowadays, man. But, man, check this out. Because it's so much to keep up with. This is what I be talking about. Because, people be talking about some music is dead or hip-hop is dead. Man, listen. I still get excited for music that drops every Friday, just like how it was when it was dropping every Tuesday. But now it's like everybody and their mama be dropping on Fridays. Yes, it is a lot to keep up with. But man, listen, if you keep listening and you keep trying to find new stuff, you might find a gem through that. That's all I'm saying. Y'all be wanting to listen to the same old stuff and then get mad because don't nobody sound like the same old stuff, even though the same old stuff came out about like 10 years ago. Man, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop playing. All right, so next album, your boy Fat Mac with Untreated Trauma. I'm definitely about to give this a listen. You know why? Because Jet got 2 Herb features on here. Not 1, but 2. I already done looked at the track list on this. The next album is by your boy Baby Tron. I listen to Baby Tron a little bit, but if you don't know me, I'm going to let you know right now. I love Detroit music, and anything that comes out of Detroit, I'm going to automatically listen to. And when I'm talking about Detroit music, I'm talking about 2017 and up. I'm talking about the newer generation Detroit. Because most of the time, all they talking about is getting money. And I love hearing that. Because who don't like hearing that? Who don't like getting money? Everybody like money, so why not hear somebody talking about that? You feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with that. And I'm not going to assume if you don't like that you broke or don't got no money or you don't want no money and you just content in where you at. But all I'm saying is, hey, it ain't nothing wrong hearing people talking about getting money. Yeah, the money is the root of all evil, but we do need it to live, though. That's all I'm saying. Next album is by your boy Millie's Blanco 7 Deluxe. I think I heard the original version, but I can't remember because, like I said, it be so much music that be coming out. But I think I did give this a listen, though. Don't get me lying, though. All right, so the next album is by your boy Tracy T. Still Tracy. First of all, I have not heard from this man in forever. I remember when he first signed the Maybach Music Group, and, you know, I heard a couple of songs. I think he did a mixtape, but I don't think he really dropped an album with them. But I never really heard from him again. And then now I start hearing his name out the woodworks again. Like he's don't get mad at me if I get it wrong. He's Cash Doll's baby daddy because there's so many dolls out there. I think it's Cash Doll, the one from Detroit that be in BMF. That's her baby daddy right over there. I heard that. Then I met somebody that's cool with him too. So I'm starting to hear his name out the woodworks again. So hey, I guess that's a good thing, right? But yeah, I'm gonna give this a listen too just to check it out. Next album is by your girl Sweetie, and this is actually an EP. Man, I haven't heard her drop any music in a while because I remember when she had dropped that last album or EP, whatever it was, it didn't do too well. And, you know, people had their opinions, and some people didn't like that happened, and some people was just talking trash or whatever. Anyway, it didn't matter because you know why? People gonna still invest in Sweetie anyway because that girl fine as I don't know what. Now, the next album is by your boy Young Chop, King Chop 3. I have not heard from this man in so long either. I remember 2020. I think that was the last time I heard from him because I don't know what happened, but he was just walking around Atlanta acting a damn fool, showing his ass. I remember he was up there talking about 21 or something like that. It was too much. I ain't going to sit there and give out the whole spiel, but hey, I'm glad to see he's doing all right. It looked like he done cut the locks off and stuff. I can't really tell if he lost weight. Regardless, hey, man, that's good. He's still making music. So, man, check out your boy Young Chop, too. Now, the next album is by your boy 3 Osama, Free Car Music. I could have sworn he just dropped not too long ago also, but, hey, it is what it is. Like I said, everybody and their mama drop every week. So, same thing with this. So, yeah, check this out if you get a chance, too. Next album. All right, so the next album, OT The Real and 38 Spesh, Possession with Intent. Now, I'm not familiar with OT The Real, but I am familiar with 38 Spesh. So I'm assuming that OT The Real is an upstate New York artist also because 38 Spesh is an upstate New York artist, and he got a bunch of projects with your boy Benny the Butcher, and they all sound amazing. So I'm assuming this project is good also, so I'm going to definitely check it out. They got a Graf feature on here too. If y'all not familiar with Graf, he used to be signed to Rockefeller Records for like a tad bit before they split up, and then he went to Dame Dash Music Group, Dame Dash's label after Rockefeller Records. So I'm familiar with him a little bit also. I've never heard of this guy right over here. Next album, In Rhythm by Rex Life Raj. Y'all go right over there. I don't really got much to say. I ain't never heard of him, but I'm gonna check it out. These last projects I'm about to talk about is all by Kodak. He's re-releasing some of his projects, and these are expanded editions. Now, I don't know if like these are some of the recordings that he had for these projects that never made it to the light of day, but here you go right over here. We got Haitian Boy Kodak right over here. We got Project Baby 2 all grown up. First of all, this mixtape, album, whatever you want to call it, I mean a chokehold 2017. So I'm going to definitely check it out, but that's a lot of tracks on that album. I ain't gonna hold you. Heartbreak Kodak, expanded edition with this one over here. Jet Slid with this one right over here too. Then we got Happy Birthday Kodak. Now, he only added one more song with this one right over here, so that ain't too bad. So just 5 songs, so I can bear with that right over there. But, yep, y'all go ahead and check these albums out right over here. It's a lot. It's a lot. I ain't gonna lie.